I'm a LinkedIn strategist. It's my primary business, but I started using YouTube really seriously in 2006. And today, and I didn't update this text. I should have updated this text, but today I have 2 YouTube channels that are fully monetized, making me millions of dollars in my mind. Talk about the dollars, that's not really the most important thing. But I do have 2 fully monetized YouTube channels. One's all about LinkedIn, and the other one's all about Google Workspace. And the one has, I don't know, 3,600 subscribers, and the newest one just about 1,000 subscribers. So I'm on YouTube all day long, every day of the week, and it's a big part of my business. And what I'm really looking for YouTube to do for me, besides make me some money, I'm really looking, I really use YouTube to let people discover who I am and what I do and how I can help them. This is not my #1 channel. It's a really important tool. By the way, I'll probably say this in a few minutes, but for me, it's critical to understand this. YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world. The #2 search engine in the world. And we all know that #1 search engine in the world is Google. There's 2 billion plus users, 18 to 34-year-olds all over YouTube, all freaking over. By the way, I can testify to 2-year-olds being all over it as well, but that's a different audience. YouTube on mobile reaches more people in the US than any other networking site. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Tinder, Bumble, or TikTok. Doesn't make any difference. 100 countries, 80 different languages, 1 billion. These numbers have not changed. They fluctuate all around this. 1 billion hours watched on YouTube every day. Can you imagine that? There's my statement, #2 search engine in the world. I say that if you're not on YouTube, you are missing an opportunity to be discovered, regardless of what your industry or your client, your target audience is. It's critical in a big picture. What do I need to do to be successful using YouTube? By the way, I stole this from somebody else who had trust and respect, and I really like their style, so I put this in my deck a while ago. You need to define your audience. You need to be absolutely clear who you are building your YouTube channel for. Who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to have to find you? You need to know your goals. My goals initially were for people to find Teddy Burriss as the authority, the expert, the guru, whatever you want to call him, all about LinkedIn. And now today I'm doing that same process, all about letting people know who Teddy Burriss is, all about Google Workspace. And by the way, I'm doing it much faster this time than I did the first time. You need to create your channel. You need to have channel icon. You need channel art. You need to complete the about section. So when people look at your channel, they're very clear about who you are and what you do. Kelly, how would a search for a notary work on YouTube? Interesting, Kelly. We'll talk about that in a little bit. What kind of video would a notary have on YouTube? Good question. We'll talk about it. Again, back to how to be successful. You know, besides create your channel, you need to then start creating and putting videos on there. You need to know the topic. You need to script out the message. You need to record it, edit it, and then upload it. And by the way, you don't need to be a videographer to do this. Grassroots, remember the words, grassroots, basic, simple. People come to YouTube for stuff. They don't need to have a huge production. Then you can create playlists, and then you can distribute your videos on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you want to. So, and then you need to measure. You absolutely need to measure which videos are getting the best eyeballs, which videos are getting the best engagement, which videos are being seen by the right people. And as you're doing that, you can discover what kind of videos you need to start creating in the future. And you've got to engage with your audience. You must. Every time someone, this is the same thing on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, et cetera, every time somebody touches your content, you need to respond to them, engage with them in some meaningful way. A lot of YouTubers miss that, and then they wonder why their YouTube channel, people don't care. You need to make sure your videos are accessible. You need to make sure that, again, you put them out wherever you can. And then if you're working for a larger organization, maybe you have multiple channel managers, so you're not the only one responsible for putting up videos and engaging with the audience and managing the content. Maybe you have somebody else who helps you. I wish I did. But this is just the basics of how to use YouTube to be successful. And maybe you want to consider going live and now I should add to this, maybe you want to consider doing shorts. Shorts is the YouTube's way to address Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels and TikTok. And they are putting a ton of money into promoting and getting creators. We're all called creators if we're YouTubers. YouTube really wants us to get more involved in doing shorts. They're actually going to pay a little bit better revenue on YouTube shorts than they are on regular videos. So this is just the basics. And I stole all that from a really cool person who wrote about it on a Constant Contact blog. All right, let's go a little deeper. How do I get started? Again, I said earlier, you need to know who you're doing this for. You're not doing it for everyone on YouTube. And by the way, feel free to unmic yourself. Feel free to use the chat and ask me any question. Kelly, I'll come back to the notary conversation soon. But you got to know who you're doing this for. And then, as you're doing it, you need to define what are the words. What are the words and phrases that are important to this audience? By the way, this is exactly what I teach when I teach LinkedIn. You've got to know clearly who your audience is and what are the words you need to use. And YouTube's even has an even bigger area of addressing the use of keywords and phrases, where they have a whole big 500 character box on every video that you need to use those words. And when you write your description of a video, you also need to use those words so that it gets found by the right people. What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to achieve brand recognition? Are you trying to generate leads? Are you trying to educate your audience so that they perceive you as an authority? And everyone needs to be involved in this. You just can't do this in a vacuum, especially if you work for a larger organization. Anyone who's involved in client acquisition, client management, talent acquisition, or client retention, you all need to be focused on what are the goals, because these goals better align with everything else that you're doing in your business. Create a channel is really pretty easy. You log into your Google account, you go to YouTube, you click create a channel. It's that easy. And I'll share this slide deck with you, and I'll give it to Suzanne to share with the video that we're going to put on YouTube, so you can go look at Catherine Manning. A smart lady. I really love her style. You can also go look at youtube.com creators, which is a resource rich in ideas of how to do this. Questions, drop it in chat or unmute yourself, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Let me see, can I bring up my participant list? Oh, it goes over the chat. I want to watch the chat. So now you got your channel created. Follow the prompts. YouTube/Google's pretty smart about giving us our prompts to guide us through this. And by the way, you can have multiple channels on one email address. So I have my email address is tlburriss@teddyburriss.com or Burriss Consulting. And I now have 2 channels on one email address. So you just got to switch between the accounts, or switch between what they call them. I think they call them accounts when you're in your YouTube studio, which that'll make sense in a minute. Give it a name. Give it a name that's important and relevant and meaningful. Don't give it a name that doesn't make sense to your target audience. And then you're ready now to jump into YouTube Studio. Now, there's lots of ways to customize your channel. As a matter of fact, it continues to grow, especially, with all the new features that are available in YouTube. Because YouTube, again, is trying to compete with, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram Reels. And as I said earlier, they're putting a boatload of money into this. So you want to brand it. You want to have you want a profile picture. Again, it's sort of relevant. This is a fake one I created for the sake of this course. But you need that profile picture to really speak to your target audience. So, and once you create it, don't change it. If you change it, you want to change it once. If you change it too often, you lose that branding. And you need a banner image as well to put across the top. And you want that, again, to resonate with your target audience. I kind of suck at the imagery. I know I do. I need to do a better job or get someone to help me. Here's my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is this long, old, ugly thing right here, but I customize it. Once you hit 100 subscribers, which means you ask all your friends to subscribe to help you get to that benchmark or that milestone, so you can now customize it. And now it's even easier than that. I think, I know for a fact, my YouTube handle is youtube.com/@TLBurriss. So it's even easier today to customize your channel. And then we get started. You want to, create videos that again resonate your target audience. I'm a huge fan of, until you have a need to create longer videos, keep them short. People want to go get a piece of information they want to get out. Now, I do have videos that are an hour long, but those are very infrequent, and they're mostly interviews that I do, which I do at least one a week. So keep them short. And there are lots of ways to create a YouTube video, and every single one of you have one of those tools in your pocket or your purse. You could go to YouTube Live, and you can do this on a desktop. You can do it on a smart device. You can use QuickTime, very simple video tool on a Mac. You can use Movie Maker on a PC. I'm a Camtasia lover. I've been using Camtasia, I don't know, since about 2012, I think. And I've gotten decent at it, but it has so many tools and features and functions that I don't use. I don't need the full-blown Adobe, whatever it's called. It's immense. Camtasia is much less expensive, and it works really, really well. And I've been through their feature and their updates. There were times where it didn't work as well, but it's working really good now. There's the Adobe thing. There's lots of other video apps. There's simple apps you can put on your devices. Whatever you decide to use, get good at using it, because when you get good at using a tool, then you become more comfortable doing it. Smartphone camera, SLRs, GoPro cameras, lots of different devices that you can use to not only capture, but create these videos. I use Camtasia because, one second, I use Camtasia because I can do screen capture, and I can get this beautiful mug as well to capture two devices. Somebody have a question?
It's Kelly, of course. I struggle with what to make a video of. I mean, I do notary work, but I can't. I don't want to be in a video, and I don't know what to make a video of. I mean, do I make a video of a piece of paper, or why do I have to make a video? Why does everything have to be a video? Is there anything I can do that's not a video? Or do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. It comes back to, who is your target audience? Look, I'm on Twitter, but I don't use Twitter for business. I'm on Facebook, and for the most part, I don't use Facebook for business. And for me, video works great because people want to see me talking, and they want me to show them how to do things. And as a notary, I don't clearly, on the top of my head, understand where video can create value for you. I don't know that, but let me tell you, I don't want to say it can't. It would take some research to really figure out the right fit, the right reason. Are you only a notary, or do you do more than a notary?
Well, I notarize powers of attorney, car titles. I mean, but yeah, notary is my main function. But I also do.
Look, you just gave me a tip. You just gave me an idea, Kelly. what's a power attorney, and how do people go about putting one together? Maybe you had those insights as a notary. What's a why is it important to understand what goes on a title? How do you transfer a title? What's those steps? What are some of the other documents that you get called in to notarize? And maybe your video is you explain to people the importance of these documents and the importance of, I'm going to use a simple word, executing them properly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And did a video with that, like that blank form, and showed stuff. Okay.
Yeah. I do a video on each one. Kelly, this is why I get paid the big bucks, girl. And the reality is you had the answer. I just heard you say it.
I got you. Thank you.
Focus on content that's relevant to your target audience. Start simple. Good golly, don't create a freaking $10,000 studio, and you want to record, I don't write a script. I never write a script. The most I do is write down 5, 6, or 7 key points that I want to talk about, so that I can do this comfortably without trying to memorize or read a script. Once you have it, you like it, upload your video. Don't worry about putting a cover on it or tail on it yet. Don't worry about, having intros or exits. You can do that later on, but just get started. This is critical. This is where people fail. This is where Teddy fails. I overthought it. Early on, I thought it was important because I have 3 cameras in my office. I thought it was important to have tools that I could have 3 different views of Teddy. So you can see me talking over here. You can see me talking. I was like, Burriss, why are you freaking doing that? This is stupid. Give your audience what they want. Don't try to give them more than that. And so I ditched that whole thing. And by the way, if you put a video on YouTube and you look at it, and you go, oh my God, that was the dumbest thing I ever did in my life, just delete it. Just freaking delete it and do it again. Do it. Just
I need a recording of you, just like with that last part that you just said. I need that on recording, just like a little replay. So I could just play it when I start doing the overthinking. I just need that on replay.
Yeah, well, I'm going to send you this YouTube video. I'll snip it out and give you that little loop. This is where Teddy fails every time. I overthink it. And I've discovered that I got to get better at what I'm doing, but I don't need to start out being an expert. I just need to keep moving forward. Here's some basic recording tips. Look, you can see my camera. This is how I record. When I do my videos, this is how I record. Now I have some features where I put a loop around me and I crop out the stuff they don't need to see, but just basics, okay? Again, do not buy an expensive camera. I'm using a webcam, a Logitech 4K. I don't even need a 4K, but I do use full HD. You can, again, these are 4K cameras on the back of your iPhone or your Android. At least I think an Android has a high res. You at least want full HD. Your iPads, the new iPads are full HD. I use a stand often. Where's my stand? It's over there. I often, if I'm doing recording with my iPad or my iPhone, I use a tripod. I absolutely do that on a regular basis. But this is generally how I do it, exactly what you see right now. Never, ever use the front-facing camera on an iPhone. Never. It's lower resolution, and often it's backwards unless you reverse it. It's a pain in the butt. If you don't need high resolution, the embedded web cameras on your computers are generally 720K. That's okay. It's, to me, listen to the words I'm using. It's not good enough for me. That's why, again, I use a Logitech 4K. There's actually a buddy of mine has a really good 4K webcam, a little bit more money than I want to spend, but it has a manual zoom on it. So you can zoom in and zoom out, which is important because he's working out of his bedroom. If he's not zoomed in, we're seeing his nasty bed. Save all of your recordings. When you do your recordings, you like it, you think it's got the good basic stuff, put it in Google Drive or Dropbox once you are done editing it. Every video I produce, for the most part, I save the original recording, I save the file that I edited it in Camtasia, and I save the final product. So it's a little bit overkill for me at this point, but I'm going to tell you, as you get started, you don't want to lose it. As you get started, you're going to want that. So
is Camtasia like a paid service thing, or?
It's I think it's probably in the $150, $250 purchase. Now I also purchased maintenance, which cost me $50 a year. And the reason why I purchased the maintenance is I can get an upgrade anytime an upgrade comes out, the new versions, which has been very good for me because they've had some really cool improvements. And the second reason why I pay for the maintenance is when Teddy gets in trouble, I have people that I can call. So if you're serious about video, doing videos, you absolutely want to, pay for the maintenance on the tool that you're using.
What do you suggest to start out? I mean, I don't think I want to start with a paid program. Is there something just to start?
Mac or
PC? Your phone?
Mac or PC?
PC.
Then iPhone or Android. And record with your iPhone in full HD, not in 4K. Record with your iPhone on a tripod. Save that into your Mac, and then you can edit it with or your PC. You can edit it with Windows Movie Maker.
Windows what?
Windows Movie Maker or Microsoft Movie Maker.
Okay.
Yeah, Microsoft definitely has a tool to do that. I believe it's called Movie Maker.
Okay.
Here's some microphone tips. Don't buy an expensive microphone yet. Use what you have available to you. If you're recording yourself on an iPhone, typically if you're less than 10 feet away, it'll record you okay. If you get further than that, or you have multiple people in the conversation, or you're in a crowd, then you're going to probably want some kind of a microphone. Your computer microphone can work okay. You are hearing me speak to you through my my big microphone. I used to be a Blue Yeti guy. I still have my Blue Yeti, but it started my MacBook Pro started to fail me, so I switched to a different one, which is very similar. I love my Blue Yeti. It's a little bit expensive, probably close to $200, but I do videos all day. I do Zoom calls all day. And by the way, one of the tricks that I use, until I built this, I lost it. But if I make a mistake, I'm like, dang it, I screwed up. I do a clap. And I see those spikes in the audio, and I see my hands clapping. I know that I got to go to that spot and cut it out. So you can use a hand clap. I actually created a clapboard. I lost my clapboard. It's somewhere laying around here. Oh, here it is. I actually made one out of just a piece of wood, put some tape on it, and so it's just, look, when you get to the point where you have to chop up and you screwed up and you want to cut a piece out, that's a great way to make a marker that you can pretty easily see in any editing tool. Uploading. Now we're going to get busy. It's pretty easy once you're in studio, and I'll go live and show this to you. You click on upload a video. You go grab that video, you put it in here, you give it a title, a description, you put it in a playlist or multiple playlists. You decide on the audience that you want to see it. You put tags in there, or you update your tags. You choose a category, visibility, subtitles, all these things that you choose when you're actually adding the video. Some of this, like the description, can have some pre-filled information. I'll show that to you. Tags can be pre-filled. Category visibility can be pre-filled. So you don't have to do it over and over again, but you're going to want to set that up. 100-character title. Think about the words that your target audience is using. 5,000 characters in the description. The first 3 lines are critical. That's what they see. Put it in the right playlist. Make sure it's in the right category. By default, mine are set up for not for kids. I have a default for my characters. I can delete the tag words. I can delete them out. This is all rudimentary stuff, but you get good at doing this. The more you do it, it becomes easier and easier. And then, once you get in there, and at some point you can have end screens, and also you can have end cards. You can't have end cards until you get to a certain level. But that's it. Once you fill that all out, you're on YouTube. That video's done. So
I did hear once that you shouldn't that you should be careful if you put that it's for kids, that it gets some kind of special scrutiny if it's got for kids or something?
Well,
absolutely.
And if you're monetizing and you're saying a video is for kids, you better be making sure that everything in that video is kid friendly. And if you have kids, go look at the kids channel so you can see what those videos are. By the way, that's a lucrative market. I have a 2-year-old grandson who loves to watch farmers on tractors. It's a lucrative market. And by the way, there's ads on that too. And you know when an ad comes up because he screams out for his mama to fix it. And his mama says, just wait, it'll go away. That's my slide deck. Now I just want to take you into YouTube. Now, by the way, I'm going to peel back some layers. I'm going to show you my YouTube channel. You'll see that what kind of money I'm making. I'm not making a lot of money, but what's more important is I want to answer your questions in the context of creating and managing a YouTube channel. Anybody have any questions?
So how does the search work? Because I'm thinking, of course, I always think about myself with the notary, but so I'm looking for a notary. How is YouTube going to help me with that? I know that sounds stupid, but I'm thinking I type, like on Google, I'm searching for a notary, I go notary, and then it pulls up Kelly Jones Notary Public, and here's the phone number.
So if I go video on using a notary, now I don't know, but here's a video on how online notarization works. Are you doing online work?
Oh, no. Sorry, I had my mute.
Can you, Kelly?
In North Carolina, not until July.
Well, wait a minute. Wrong words. Let me say it again. You need to be ready to be doing this and to be discovered as an online notary before July.
That's true.
Yes, ma'am.
That's true.
Yeah. So,
last word, but I plan to be.
Well, I mean, you would get started with marketing right now. How to prepare for your first notarization, how to perform a remote, how to perform a remote, a full online closing, I mean, here's just these are videos. Are they relevant to your target audience? I don't know.
What I would need it to be is how for them to find me to notarize something for them.
No. And listen to why I say no, Kelly. You need them to discover your value to them through your videos, not how to find you. They're going to find you when they find your videos. Okay. So your videos need to talk about why is it, take those conversations I said earlier. Why is it important to understand the title? Why is it important to understand, this document? Why is it important to understand this document and getting it notarized? I think that because when someone says, do I need a living will? There's a video on that.
Okay.
How to create. Now, you may not be the expert how to create a living will. You may not be the expert at that, but I guarantee you have some insights on that.
Right.
That you may be able to appropriately speak about.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That would be getting it signed and notarized and recorded or whatever that is.
Okay, thank you.
So when they discover this video, looking for a name, they discovered your company.
So they find Kelly the notary telling them about power of attorney, and then they'll call me.
Whatever. Again, I want you to only speak about what you have authority to speak about, though.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, they definitely make sure notaries don't talk about stuff they're not allowed to, for sure. Yeah. Thank you.
What other questions does anybody have? Remember, I talked about uploading a video. It's this easy. I go get a video. Let me go find a video. I'll delete this without entering it. Let's see. I have a video somewhere here. Documents, Zoom, Randy, MP4. So I go get a video. And by the way, if you're doing this a lot, you want to have a decent upload speed. Most people worry about their download speed so they get their Netflix movies faster. if you're going to be a YouTuber, you need a fast, a good high-speed upload, especially if you're uploading large videos. This is a 1-hour video. You can see it's 7%, it says 5 minutes left. It'll go a little faster than that. But there's my title. You want to, again, put the right title. Here's my description box. I get 5,000 characters in here, and a lot of this you can see was preloaded. I put this in my defaults to say, remind me to talk about what this video is right there. I'm also monetizing it, and I have membership, so I'm promoting my membership here. And then down below, you choose a good thumbnail.
We can't see your screen. We're just looking at you.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Hang on. What happened? Did I stop sharing?
Or at least I can't. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it's just looking at you.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, now we can.
So there's the title, without 100 characters. I've only used 52. You don't do keyword stuffing, but you can use up to 100 characters. Here, all of this is by default, loaded into it by default, and I put this little marker right here to tell me I need to talk about what the video is in here. And again, keyword rich. This is my LinkedIn channel, so you'll see the word LinkedIn all throughout this. Should see the word LinkedIn training. There's training there. I tell people, how to find me in here. My phone number is in here, business phone number. Put a good thumbnail. You want to really control how this looks when people are looking at your channel. Where's my virtual lunch? Boom. Podcast, boom. I know where it is every single time. So there's the cover image that I created. You want to have a playlist. What playlist am I putting this in? Lunch with Teddy and do done. And then here's the, I don't worry too much about most of this, but here's your tags. This is where you make sure that you have all the right keywords in here. And these are all defaults. So I often strip out the ones I know I can strip out when I'm updating it. And I got to put, Randy's name in here. I got to put Bill because he was on the show. True IT. And then save this. All of this is all defaulted. Look, you can see somewhere in here I say it's not for kids. Where's my audience? I lost it. Somewhere in here it says not for kids. I don't know where it went to. And I do next. I monetize mine. You don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to leave it off. I'm going to delete this one. If you monetize it, there's a few of the steps you've got to do. You can add an end screen. Once you've done an end screen on one, you can do the same end screen. Oop, wrong one. I want this one here. And so end screen just says, okay, show them in this video. I also get them to subscribe to my channel here. But there's something else I have in here. So it's just two. Oh, there's my course. All that's default. Hit save. Again, you got a little work to do to get it set up to use it. But then, hit next. If I'm monetizing it, it's got to do this. Hit next. I want it to be unlisted or public. You almost always want to be public. And then I can hit publish, which I'll do that and then delete it.
So what if you've realized there was something you wanted to select on that, or something that you forgot to, or could you go back and edit what you selected?
So I'll go back to it. Where is it? Right here. This is a duplicate of this one here. Hit the pencil. I'm on channel content. I hit the pencil here, and I can come back and change anything I want to change that I just set up. So make the change I want. There's the age restriction thing. Yes, restrict my videos to viewers over 18. No, I actually have. Oh, there it is. Yes, it's made for kids. No, it's not made for kids. So yeah, I can make the adjustment I want to make here and then hit save. So,
and on that, it doesn't mean that it doesn't prevent kids from seeing it. It just doesn't make it just for kids. Correct.
Because I have my grandkids every now and then go, Boppy, they call me Bob. Bobby, I saw you on the YouTube.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are the basic steps. But what's important is for you, again, to remember who's your audience, what's important to them, and what's your video all about. Now I'll give you another quick tip. I'm waiting for anybody to have any questions. Where'd you go? Over here. Here's how I do this. I use Quora. I answer questions on Quora all the time. And the reason why I answer, and you can do this on Reddit, you can do it on Tumblr, there's lots of different ways you can do it. I answer questions on Quora, and the reason why I answer questions is because somebody has a question. Where is it? Right here. Somebody has a question about Google or LinkedIn, and I answer that question by creating a video. I almost never create a video that does not answer a question that someone asks me. That's my model. You got to come up with some way for yourself to know what is it that your target audience wants to know, so that you are giving them content that they want versus giving them content that you hope they want. Any other questions? Suzanne, I lost the chat box. Would you tell me if anybody's asking anything?
I don't see anything in there other than Karen Johnson about 10 minutes ago said thanks.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions about using YouTube for your business?
For me, it always takes time to kind of sink in when I get to using it.
Who is that speaking?
Kelly, of course.
Yeah, it does, Kelly. And, it's not a race. You cannot use social media marketing and go busting through it like a bull through a china closet. You just got to keep experimenting and practicing, and you'll eventually find the thing that works that works for you. Or more importantly, let me say another way, you'll eventually find what is important to your target audience. I lost my slide deck, so I have to go get that again. Anybody else have any other questions? Does anybody have a YouTube channel already? Can you share with us?
Everyone can unmute themselves if they wish to talk.
This is Kelly again. I think I have one, but I made two little things on it that I learned with somebody, but.
What would be the name of it, Kelly?
Kelly W. Jones Notary is the email. I don't know.
So I can go to YouTube. I can look for Kelly.
W. Jones Notary.
And the amazing possibility.
Go to channels. Kelly.
Oh, there's me. Both those top two are me.
Oh, and the second one as well,
yeah, that's
huh?
me. I don't know how come I had two places, but that top one had my things.
Well, you probably created one for business.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, 5 months ago, you created one for business. And what's that look like? It's a minute long. Now, what are you pointing at there?
The description below that says my information.
So I just
Open
repeats that.
late.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot you can do. Remember, you get 5,000 characters in here. So there's a lot that you could add there.
It was a little class thing I was taking in I was typing as he was talking.
Yeah. And then the other channel is about you as a human, I think. No, what did I get? This is.
I have no idea how.
Oh, this is Kelly W. Jones. This was, if I go to the channel, it tells me the channel was created in 2022, and this channel here was
It's
created
probably the same time.
Same time, yeah. But yeah, it's a journey. I mean, again, I think what's more important is it's not, the channel's not about you. The channel's about what's important to your target audience. It's not about you.
Those were purely by accident, but I'm glad that they're there.
Yeah. You want to get into them. I can't get to your email address. You want to get into them, and you want to be able to get into both of them and clean them up.
Yeah, I do. Look at who I am, user Abigixwick.
Yeah. So I know you. So what other questions? Anybody else have any other questions?
You have a quiet group today.
Yeah. Did anybody else respond about if they have a channel or not? Nobody?
I did not see anybody write anything in the chat regarding the channel.
So I'm happy to offer this to anybody on here. If you're interested in creating a channel, I'm happy to give you 30 minutes of my time to set you on the right course. So just find me, reach out to me, email me, remind me that you met me through Catawba Community College, and I'm happy to help you get started, because I really think that too many people are missing out on the potential of using YouTube. My channel, I'm going to show you my analytics. Don't worry about the numbers, the dollar numbers. They don't make any, they're really not uberly important. But what is uberly important is this. Come on. Look at the views I'm getting. Every month I get 48,000 people who look at my videos. Every month I get about 1,200 hours of people watching my videos. I am not magical. I just answer questions. Every month I pick up a roughly another 150 people who want to see more of my stuff. I'd like to be making more money, but that's irrelevant. What's important is look at these numbers here. This is what's important. And if you are giving your target audience content that is important to them, then YouTube's going to work for you. I got 87 people right now watching my YouTube channel. 2 o'clock at 100. That freaks me out. Who are these weirdos? And the reality is they're looking for answers to questions, and I can give them those answers.
Michael's typing. He said he used to have a channel, but he's not sure if it's still active, and he can't unmute, so he's typing.
Oh, what's Mike's last name?
All I can see is guest. Suzanne probably can see.
It just says guest, and I've got his mic to where he can unmute himself if he would like to. That's what I'm showing on my end.
Mike, type in your last name so I can go look for you.
Worley.
Worley.
Oh, Mike Worley.
Yes.
Is this Mike Worley right here? I don't know. This is the Mike Worley. Maybe. He's done.
Michael, go up and click on the microphone. He said it'll be Michael. Michael.
I've disabled it.
Oh, there you are, Michael. Which one of these is you?
I'm sorry, Michael. On my end, it says that your mic has been disabled, so you can unmute yourself if you would like.
Michael Worley, 1998.
He said none of those are his. He doesn't think any of those are his.
So it might be hard to find you. Let me go to channel. Sports enthusiast. So you got to find it. By the way, you don't want to leave that out there. You know, if you can find the channel and try to get back to it. Here's the thing. The way you create a YouTube channel starts right here. Starts right here. You sign in to Google. You need a Google account. As long as you know what the Google account is, you can sign into the Google account, and then you can go to YouTube or YouTube Studio. Can I get the studio from here? You go to YouTube. And now I'm logged into YouTube on my Google channel, still logged in as Teddy Burriss. And then from here, I can go to my YouTube Studio. This is probably the most important thing I can share with you right now. If you're going to use YouTube or any Google product for business, this is absolutely critical. You must set up your Google account so it is two-step authentication, a backup email address of at least one, if not two backup email addresses, a backup phone number, and you need to copy and save the backup codes. Absolutely critical, because if you start down a journey of using Google products, in this case YouTube, for your business, and then all of a sudden your Google account, i.e. your Gmail login, goes kaputs, gets hijacked, or you can't remember the password, you'll never get back into your YouTube channel. You gotta manage that. I've seen so many YouTube channels go away because people don't manage it. Suzanne, it's 6 minutes to the hour. I'm happy to answer any questions or whatever the audience wants.
Okay, thank you, Eddie. Teddy. I don't know why I want to call you Eddie. Thank you, Teddy. I appreciate your presentation. And anyone have any questions in regards to branding your business using YouTube?
Again, Suzanne, if I'll share this with you to share with anybody who asks. If someone comes to you and says they want to get started on using YouTube, I'll give them 30 minutes of my time and help point them in the right direction.
Okay, thank you.